Hey, yo, what's going on? I'm Josh Martinez inside of our Dunkin Music Lounge with our guest, Ana Isabelle.
Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. So we're going to perform 3 songs that are part of my new album, Meraki. It's available everywhere. So the first song is called Fruta, which means fruit. Hace tiempo me provoca el dulce de tus labios, como una cereza fresca al punto de caer. Qué rico nuestro momento, ya se está acercando. Sé que si te pruebo, ahí voy a enloquecer. No te vas a ir, no te vas a ir. Te quiero pa' mí, te quiero pa' mí. Me quiero pa' ti, me quiero pa' ti. Ya me he dado cuenta, tú eres mi fruta preferida. Pa' comerte todo el día, tienes esa mezcla atrevida de lo dulce y lo que pica. Dame un poquito de tu sabor, nada es prohibido entre tú y yo. Solo disfruta, ven y disfruta. Yeah, 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 yeah. Vamos a sacarnos una a la semilla y plantarla en el jardín. Quítamelo todo como a una mandarina, que vengo dulce para ti. Y dame fruta fresca, y dame el mango de tu piel, fruta buena para gozar. Y eso te lo voy a dar, preferida, para comerte todo el día. Tienes esa mezcla atrevida de lo dulce y lo que pica. Dame un poquito de tu sabor, nada es prohibido entre tú y yo. Solo disfruta, ven y disfruta. Yeah, yeah. Ana Isabelle. Y tú eres mi fruta preferida, pa' comerte todo el día. Tienes esa mezcla atrevida de lo dulce y lo que pica. Dame un poquito de tu sabor, nada es prohibido entre tú y yo. Solo disfruta, ven y disfruta. Y dice, y dame un poquito, que eso está rico y dulce pa' saborear. Es por tu pulpa que tú me gustas y nunca me voy a empachar. Dame un poquito, que eso está rico y dulce pa' saborear. Es por tu pulpa que tú me gustas y nunca me voy a empachar. Tú eres mi fruta preferida, pa' comerte todo el día. Tienes esa mezcla atrevida de lo dulce y lo que pica. Dame un poquito de tu sabor, nada es prohibido entre tú y yo. Solo disfruta, ven y disfruta. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So this song compares fruits with eating somebody. So if you want, to be sexy with the person that you like and that you love, just go ahead and download Fruta. So this next song is called Contigo Puedo Ser, and I wrote it thinking about the deep love I have for my puppy. Her name is Sofia, and she's the best company that I've ever had. And but you can also dedicate this one to anyone that you love. In my case, it's for Sofia. Sigue cayendo la lluvia y aunque nos mojemos todo va a estar bien. Yo me quedo aquí a tu lado, siempre contigo. Y cuando llegue el invierno no le temo al frío, todo va a estar bien. Yo me quedo aquí a tu lado, siempre contigo. Y es que de tu mano voy mejor. Podemos salir por la madrugada, viene, y desayunar juntas en la cama. Dame otro besito que quiero más. Puedo estar así toda la semana. Yo de ti ya no miré. Every day aquí estaré. Cada día que pasa me gusto más. Contigo puedo hacer que me dé la gana. Contigo puedo ser. La vida te trajo a tiempo. Llegaste justo en el momento, como arena y mar, como el yin y el yang, mi faro en medio del desierto. No sabes lo que me ha cambiado tenerte conmigo. Y es que de tu mano voy mejor. Come on, David. Podemos salir por la madrugada y desayunar juntos en la cama. Dame otro besito que quiero más. Puedo estar así toda la semana. Yo de ti ya no miré. Every day aquí estaré. Cada día que pasa me gusto más. Contigo puedo hacer que me dé la gana. Contigo puedo ser. Quiero más de ti. Yo de ti ya no miré. Every day aquí estaré. Cada día que pasa me gusto más. Contigo puedo hacer que me dé la gana. Contigo puedo ser. Contigo puedo ser que me dé la gana. Thank you. So in English, that means with you, I can be whoever I want. So whoever makes you feel that way, just dedicate this song. Okay, this last song, it's called Hey. And it's also in my new album, Meraki, that it's available everywhere. And it's a very special song to me because it helped me heal from a heartbreak. So, who else is heartbroken here? You guys at home? Yeah, I can relate. So let's sing this song, Hey. It was also nominated as one of the best song of the year in Premios Lo Nuestro at Univision. So yeah, it's a really special song. Hey, hoy me destapo la herida. Hey, aunque sé que me va a doler. Si quiero ver la salida, tu recuerdo voy a esconder. Débil o fuerte, duele perderte. Por tu haberla premiado no vuelvo a verte. Dicen la vida da 1000 vueltas, pero la tuya te arrancó de mí. Cambió nuestra ruta, te perdí en el camino. Y aunque mejor distantes, hoy quiero brillar. que hicimos. Hey, ¿te recuerdas de aquella noche cuando empezamos? Con la magia de aquellos besos nos conectamos. No lo pensamos, casi ni hablamos, nos entregamos a esas muchas cosas que hacíamos bien. Y una mañana lo que era mucho pasó amiga. La mente implora, mi pecho duele, mi instinto hablaba. Y aunque te escribe esta palabra que me sanan, ya no hay nada, cambió nuestra ruta. Te perdí en el camino. Y aunque mejor distantes, hoy te voy a llorar. No, no, cambió nuestra ruta. Te perdí en el camino. Y aunque mejor distantes, hoy quiero brindar por el tiempo que te he querido. Cambió nuestra ruta. Te perdí en el camino. Y aunque mejor distantes, hoy quiero brindar. Hoy te dejo atrás. Thank you. David in the house. Wait, he has to say his last name.
Kawamura.
You see why I didn't say it? Like Kawamura. Yes, I got it right.
One more time, let's show some love to Ana Isabelle. So, by the way, I am totally biased towards my fellow Puerto Ricans. So
Yes.
we out here. That last song that you performed, let's
Okay.
talk about that a little bit, because you could feel the pain, even if you don't know Spanish and you're in the room. Like, you kind of felt that pain, especially on the run in the end.
Yeah.
If you don't mind just talking about that song a little bit and how, like, the idea of that song came about.
Yeah, it was a really dark moment for me because I was, deeply in love and I thought he was the right guy. And for some reason, he got another woman pregnant.
Yeah, Diablo.
And yeah, it was a strange thing because he wasn't unfaithful actually, because we had a story, we broke up, and then we started talking again. He was single, but he already slept with a few ladies.
So you were on
the
a
way.
break.
No, we had like a story, like friends that are getting to know each other, and we were friends for years. And then when we started dating, I don't think that he was unfaithful. I just think like the repercussion of of his single life came at the wrong time. But for him, it was a blessing, right? But to me, it was really painful because we were like talking finally, like, okay, let's do this, let's try this, like formally. It was like 2 months that we were like, honeymoon time. Honeymoon, I mean like, in La La Land. And then, yeah, he got the news that he was going to be a dad. And it was like, okay, I don't think I can.
But
Yeah.
I gotta give you credit though, because like to realize immediately that you can't do that is actually really big. Because a lot of people would try to not be the bad guy,
Yeah.
and be like, all right, I'll try to maybe I could be a stepmom, or maybe
Yeah.
I could try to work this out. So like that's actually really bold of you to be like, yo, I can't do this. It's okay that I can't do this, and I ain't doing this.
Yeah, but he also wanted to be a dad, so I think it was fair, for him to try that, that whole experience as is, and be with the mom, and even if his heart was somewhere else at that moment, I'm sure, like, whatever. But yeah, I decided to leave the relationship, and that's why the song says I wanna take a toast for you and for us, and just say thank you for the great feelings that you made me feel, and I'm gonna let you go. And this happens often in our lives. Like, we, for some reasons, like, the destiny is something different that we had planned. So, and we gotta learn how to deal with that. But yeah, it was dark for me. I was really sad for a while. And this song, it was like everything I needed to do. Literally, like, when I wrote it with other 3 friends in Miami, it was like boom, 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 boom. I let it all out, and then I sang it at the studio 3 times nonstop, like I just did here. And it felt like something so heavy left my heart immediately. So yeah, I think maybe that's why it's been so important to me and for the audience as well.
Did you find it hard to put that song together, or was it easy because it was raw emotions?
I think it was hard to open up with my friends and say, like, I wanna write about this, and this happened to me, and they were like, what an asshole.
So nobody knew then.
No.
So let's just we'll get back to the answer. So just backtrack really quickly. So people just thought y'all broke up and just broke up. They didn't know the reason you guys broke up?
Yeah, it's just that it was a relationship that wasn't, like, open to everybody. Like, we were just we were very private about it, and we were just, like, spending time together, and it felt really nice, and we were, like, falling in love, and then boom, this happened. But he was my friend, and someone that I knew, and we had moments, years that we wanted to finally have an opportunity. So that's why this time was so important for us, because it was like, oh, you're finally, like, available emotionally to do this. And I'm like, yeah, and I am finally available to do this. Let's try it. Oh my God, so exciting. And then we started dating, and that's when this happened. So I didn't want to share it with a lot of people. Not even the dating or what happened. Yeah.
So was it easier for you to write that song, or more difficult in that session?
While I was in the session, it was easy. It was actually what I needed. It was like venting, and I'm like, I feel lighter now.
And while we'll just stay on a heavy topic, your album, what is it called again? Pronounce it.
Meraki.
Now I looked at it and I was like, I don't think this is Spanish, dog.
No, it's a Greek word.
Yeah, I figured that out when I Googled it, because I was like,
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans, we have the worst Spanish ever, by the way. I don't know if you know this. Like, growing up, I thought roof was rufo. It's not. The bus, it's actually autobus, but I grew up thinking it was wawa.
Oh my God.
Not a
Guagua,
thing.
guagua.
Yeah, not a thing. So I thought maybe, because you're Puerto Rican,
Yes.
I thought maybe this was like something also like just kind of a slang word that Puerto Ricans might use. But no. Now, why did you choose this Greek title for the album?
Wow, this is another, like, deep and sad story. So my best friend from my whole life, his name is Tian Fraguada. He studied with me in high school. Like, we went to Miami together. We were roommates. We studied acting together. He was like my ride or die. And I would always go to him to ask him creative stuff, because he was so amazing at, new ideas and concepts and everything. He was always with me. He would have been here probably. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, I'm stuck. I need ideas for the name of my album. I don't know why I'm not inspired today. Can you help me? Because the label is, like, putting me pressure. I need to, like, give them a name today. And he was like, oh, give me 10 minutes. So this is all WhatsApping, you know? And then he came back and he said like, okay, I have these 3 words for you. So he went online and he looked for the 3 different words from different languages. And he offered me meraki. And I'm like, what's the meaning? He's sending me the meaning. And I'm like, oh, put your whole self in what you're doing, like living your soul and putting your heart and soul in everything. And that's the description of who I am and how I like to approach projects in my life. But what's sad about this is like that was the last conversation I have with my best friend, because a week after he passed away unexpectedly. So when I gave a few names, some ideas that I had, some idea the team had, and then I gave Meraki, which was my top choice of his ideas. But then when he passed away a week after, I talked to the label and I'm like, it has to be Meraki. Like, even like I'm talking about it and I have goosebumps. Like, I'm like, it has to be Meraki. It's the last conversation I have with my best friend. I need to do this as a tribute to him. And, the intro of the album, if you check it out, I use some of the voice notes, the last voice notes we had talking about this, to also like have this tribute for him to be also audible for the people to know at least his voice. He was a very talented actor and dancer from Puerto Rico, and I feel like he never reached, that level that he wanted. So I think he lives now in me, and he's making me live my life Meraki, living my heart and soul in everything that I do.
Now, when it comes to performing, you obviously give it your all. We saw that especially during the last song, but also on stage. You've been in musicals. You've done the Broadway thing. You've been in movies as well. What has been your favorite musical to perform on, and why?
Wow. That's really hard to answer because I played Eva Perón at Evita, and oh my God, I love that musical. But I have to say West Side Story because, is one of the few American classics that, have some representation of Latinos and my people. And I've also had the opportunity to work on this musical in different stages in Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis, in Puerto Rico as a tribute to Rita Moreno, which is one of my role models, and also with Steven Spielberg in the remake of this classic. So, yeah, if I have to pick, I will say West Side Story.
Do you remember the phone call you got when you were told you were casted for the remake movie with Spielberg?
Yeah.
Where were you, and what was that feeling like?
I was landing in Puerto Rico for Thanksgiving weekend. And then my former manager at that moment, Caroline Anthony, she called me and she said like, hey, are you okay? Where are you? And I'm like, I'm landing in Puerto Rico. Is everything all right? And she's like, do you want to work with Mr. Steven Spielberg? And I'm like, what? No. And she's like, you booked the job. And I'm like, oh my God. I started crying, and then
Are you still on the plane or in the airport walking?
I was leaving the plane. Like I was like literally like, luggage and backpack, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Is everything all right? And she's like, yeah, you want to work with Steven Spielberg? And I'm like, what? Don't do this to me.
Somebody's abuela was behind her, like, this girl needs to walk. I'm trying to get off this plane, dog.
Exactly. So I started crying. Like, I was shocked first, but then I think I started crying as soon as I saw my mom and my dad that were picking me up at the airport. It was very special.
So with the Puerto Rican culture, like, family is so important. And I always talk about performances. Like after you get off the stage, you're feeling the highest you could feel, but naturally you got to come down. So it feels like a downer, but in reality, you're getting back to an even keel. From a mental health standpoint, is family your go-to when it comes to kind of getting back on a mental health track?
100%. Yeah. My family, I have different people in my family that I go to different reasons.
Because we have like 97 cousins and 115 titis and tios. Yes.
Exactly. Like my mom is my best friend, but my dad, it's like the person I go to for all professional stuff. Like if I'm gonna ask questions about the career or stuff like that, I usually go to my dad. But if I'm gonna ask stuff about love or emotional intelligence or like life, it's my mom. Or if I want to vent and I want to have someone, that it's always on my team, is my mom usually. But my aunts are great, and I also have like 3 amazing best friends that they are like my family as well. So definitely family is everything to me.
So aside from the new album that just recently dropped, what can we expect from you for the rest of 2024 and beyond?
Well, 2024 has been amazing so far. I'm currently shooting a movie in Puerto Rico called Espinal, which is about the life of Jaime Espinal. He's an Olympic wrestler. He won I think it's a silver medal. I also have another movie coming out that I have I don't like to think of small roles, because I feel like every role it's like a stepping stone in my career. So, but I have this role of Marita Lorenz. She was the lover of Fidel Castro, the Cuban president. And she tried to kill him. She was the person that tried to kill him, and she couldn't. And the feds, were the ones that asked her to do that. So anyway, the movie is called Killing Castro, and it's coming out in September with Al Pacino, Cholo Madrileña. Diego Boneta is playing Fidel Castro incredibly well. So yeah, that's coming.
That's exciting. I had no idea about that. Killing Castro, by the way, dope title.
And the director, his name is Yves Rivera, and he's a Puerto Rican director. He was born and raised here in New York, so he's incredible. And I can't wait for that to come out. I have more promo for the album. I have another movie called Los Mecánicos, that's a Puerto Rican film, coming out as well in September. I have a few really cool projects.
Apparently she has no free time. That is what she's telling us.
That's something I'm trying to work on now, like have a more balanced life. Yeah.
Final question before you go. If you had 1 hour to sit in a Dunkin with any one person, dead or alive, who are you going to kick it with?
In a Dunkin?
In a Dunkin.
It has to be my mom. Because she loves Dunkin' Donuts, you mean?
Yeah.
My mom, it's a huge fan. So if I don't sit with my mom in Dunkin' Donuts, like she's probably like right now so jealous that she's not here. And wait until she sees the donuts that has my name on it. Like I have to find a way of like saving one of those to my mom, because she is the donuts queen. Like she loves her donut with coffee. Whenever she comes here to visit, she's like, take me to Dunkin' Donut. And I'm like, Mom, can we eat something else that is... And she loves donuts, so it has to be my mom.
There you go. One more time, Ana Isabelle. Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.